channel. Today you join me, I'm not on a beach, but about 200 meters from my office. Yeah, tonight I've worked really late, so I just finished. The weather is absolutely horrendous, so I just chucked the bits and bobs into the back of the car, and I needed to get my fishing fix, so just to get out and do a bit of fishing, because I needed to chill out and that. Not hoping to catch massive fish, but hopefully catch a lot of little small fish. It is the start of the Tronix Pro species hunt, which I done last year. Absolutely brilliant. I would highly recommend it to anyone, because when you're fishing, then it gets you out targeting different species rather than just going out and just trying to catch anything. And I think it makes you angling a lot better. Yeah, really good competition. Yeah, but really basic. Tonight I'll pan you around to show you what rods I'm using. Bait wise, believe it or not, it's all I've got. If I can show you in here, which we'll pan round, I've got one mackerel which I had in my bait freezer in work, and I've got a quarter of squid. So absolutely basic, so it shows you can go out on a shoestring budget and catch fish. I'm probably looking at catching whiting, pouting, and there should be some dogfish and that in here. It's a tremendous little summer mark. I normally only fish it in the summer for big bass, mullet, and you get herring, mackerel, and obviously I'll take you when the squid come in here. It's tremendous squid fishing. But yeah, really basics. I got a bite now actually. Rig wise, tonight that's all I've got. Is, believe it or not, this is my rig box from the European Championships last year in Holland, and it's just all flappers, which I'll show you a bit more. Yeah, it's all flapper rigs, light lines, hook sizes between, believe it or not, size 6 and size 10, because we were targeting flounder in the surf and that over there, and they weren't big ones. But I just grabbed that box because I know it'll be a good scratching rig. And I just had to get out. The wind is absolutely blowing everywhere. Believe it or not, it just started raining. I've got the boot open of my car, and I got you under there. But yeah, I'm hoping to get a few species ticked off the species hunt tonight. Nothing massive, I wouldn't have thought. But yeah, just to get out. It's the addiction in it. Just to get out and watch that rod knock, and then you can forget about all your work stresses once that rod starts biting. But I'll pan you around in a minute and show you what kit I'm using. Really light kit I'm using tonight with quiver tips, so I can see all the bites. I got a bite now on the left hand rod, quite quick if you can catch it on camera. Yeah, rods I'm using tonight is absolutely light as possible with finesse. I've got the Banzai mullet rod, which is a multi-tip, and I've got the lightest tip on it at the moment. And I've just got a 6,000 small reel with 10-pound line. On the left hand side then I've got the actual Banzai multi-tip. It's a lot longer than the mullet rod, but a really sensitive tip, and that's got 10-pound line, but that's got a bigger, it's on braid, and it's 6,000 reel, really light and finesse, so I can see all the bites and everything. As you can see, look now, there's a bite on the mullet, and so all I've got is little tiny cubes of fish bait on it, targeting the pork cod and the whiting and the pouting and that. But as you can see, I've just finished work. I chucked a hoodie and a pair of tracksuit bottoms on, and I'm away to go. But what we can do tonight is we can show how you can just go to a simple mark like this, because we've got obviously Southampton opposite. Just find a pier. You know, I've got one mackerel and half a squid, and we see what fish we can catch on it. But yeah, it shows we can catch fish on a shoestring budget. But I hope this rain holds off now, and we can get some small fish on camera, and I can get a few ticked off the species hunt. But yeah, proper light and finesse and easy fishing this is. Anyone can do it, and it's brilliant for kids and all that. You know, you can go over to Town Quay in Southampton with the kids, which is safe, and just chuck out a nice rod, and the kids can sit in the back of the car and that and enjoy it. This is for everyone, this is. Seen showing you those bites, just a nice little double shot of whiting, so I can tick those off the species list. But as you can see, it's just a 1 up 1 down flapper, and I've just got a little 3 ounce showcast bomb lead on there. because it is quite muddy out in front of me. It's all tangled up here, so I'll get these now ticked off for my species hunt and I'll get them back in. But as you can see, why the big bass are in here, because that's perfect, big bass size, they'd eat that no problem. But yeah, I'll keep going now, see if I can get a couple of more species. Both rods are going. It's quite I knew it was going to be like this, but it's great, isn't it? There's nothing better, I hope you can catch it on camera, is watching the rod tips going. Proper de-stresses everything. But yeah, I'm hoping now to get a pout in and obviously a poor cod, which are normally quite prolific in here. But I think we're going to get plagued by whiting because there seems to be a lot of them here. The water's quite coloured, but we'll try this one first because I'll leave that one bounce away quite happily in a stand. But as you can see, these multi-tip rods are fantastic for this. I was using them out in Holland on the surf and that. Tremendous, man. Picks up the bites. They've got 3 tips. But yeah, this is so basic. I'll show you how I'm baiting up now. Just tiny little cubes of fish and little bits of squid. Oh, what have we got? I think it's... Oh. Another little whiting on there. I was hoping it was going to be a pout when I seen it coming through the water then. You get him quickly back. And then we'll have a look what's on the other rod. Good thing here, pout and whiting, and that normally on the beach never go back. But because I'm so close to the water here, they normally go back quite well. Yeah, these quiver tops are so much fun, it's unbelievable. I think any fish really, as long as you've got the rod to match the fish, it's great fun, you know, when you're LRFing and that. It's nice not to get the beach casters out and use these like quiver tip rods. Great fun, man. Yeah, and I'm only casting, you know, 30 or 40 yards. Little 3-ounce leads. Up, target number 2. There's a whiting on the bottom. Whiting on the bottom. And a little pout. 2 species off the card already. Yeah, but this is great fun, innit? I think everyone enjoys a bit of scratching around, simple basic rigs, and you're catching fish and watching the rod tips going. But I get a photograph of him now with the card, and I get that bottom whiting back, and we see if we can, how many species we can get tonight. But yeah, this rain's coming now. Hope this rain holds off a bit longer. Let's return that pouting now, which it was a pouting, and the whiting. So I'll just quickly now before, oh god, that rod's going again. I'll just quickly show you how simple I'm fishing. So all I've got is a 1 up, 1 down flapper, 2-foot snuds. There's a glued rig, but you don't have to. You can buy, for this type of fishing, a short port one or a crimped one, anything will do. And that's all I've got is size 6 hooks. And as you can see by there, I showed you, I've only got 1 mackerel and a bit of squid. So I've got a tiny little cube just covering the point of the hook. Same on the middle one. And then the bottom one then, I've just got a 3-ounce showcast lead with a size 6 hooks again, with a tiny little bit of mackerel just covering the point, because I'm not power casting, just an overhead flick with these sensitive quiver rods, but it's lovely. But believe it or not, I spoke to Steve Perry, my good friend, on the phone, and he said, oh, you need to get a big bait down the side try for the bass. And as I was speaking to him, I nearly lost the rod over the pier, so I quickly grabbed it, wound it in, and I'll put the picture on here of the pouting, and something I grabbed the back of it, probably a big bass, and there's all teeth marks all the way down it. And when I lift it into it, obviously the hooks are so small, the bass probably dispat it. So I'll persevere now to see if I can get a poor cod and a dogfish, or maybe a strap or something, or you get a lot of green eels in here. After that then I might just stick a big bait down the side to see if I can get a big bass, because they're definitely in here. They're always in here all year round. But yeah, Yeah, it was quite funny speaking to Steve, and both of us were laughing, and Steve being the specimen hunter straight away, get a big bait down the side. So that, we'll see how we go now on my little catching species hunt, and I'll see if I can get a big bait down the side, see if I can get a big bass. Speaking to you now about the bass about with Steve, I just wound this in. 2 little whiting, and something's had to go with that one, which I'll show you, and a little whiting there. But then here's my 3rd species, the dogfish. We said they'd be in here. So once I get my porcord now, we'll try for a big bass. But yeah, treble shot there, 2 whiting and a dogfish. Great fun, man. And the rain's died off, so great news. But yeah, I'll get these 3 back, get the dogfish photographed now for my Tronix Pro species hunt, and then we'll carry on then to get a porcord, possibly an eel. If not, then I'll drop a big bait down over the side. But with these quiver tips, I think there's going to be, and I haven't got my drop net, so that'll be a right mission, that will, if I get a big bass on. But yeah, I hope you can see me, because I got you in the boot of the car. I got my mic on, because the rain has proper picked up. And now, like I said, I've already bought into work a tracksuit and a hoodie, but both rods are going. I think I've had, since I last spoke, I've had 4 triple shots of whiting. Can't get that porcord at the moment, but as you can see, both rods are going quite happily here. But it's good to see there's all little herring and that down here. I didn't expect to see them. But as you can see, I hope you can see the bite detection on these rods is amazing. There's another dogfish on here. I'm opening the porcord on there with it. I think it's just leaving it long enough for them to fill up, because there's quite a lot of fish in here. There's always quite a lot of fish in here. I gotta say, Southampton waters is pretty good. I'm surprising the amount of flood water we've had, because the weather's been horrendous all over the country. Oh, I was hoping it was going to be a smooth down then. I thought there's a little smooth down pup then. Yeah, another little dogfish. I've already got one on my species hunt now, so I'll get him back. And there's that one's going in, we just quickly get him back. I just returned that little dogfish, and this one was bouncing quite merrily as well. Oh, this rain, man, I hope it goes. I was hoping I was going to be a porcord then. Oh, it is. Well, you see me wound it in. I wanted to catch the porcord, and I've got it. So that's all my species now. I've had a dog, pouting, whiting, and a porcord now. So that's the species I wanted to target tonight. But it's been great fun. So I am debating now whether to go for a big bass down the side, because I think they might generally be cutting about you. But the issue is, it's absolutely pouring down at the moment. I've got you in the bucket, in the boot of the car with the lid over the top of you, and looking down yesterday, it's not looking very nice, to tell you the truth, coming down there. So I'll get this little fella photographed back now, and then I can get him back into the water, and I'll see what's happening. But I do want to try for a bass, because I think it is screaming out. But if I don't, I might come, if the weather blows over, I might come back in here again after work, because I'll be working late. I might even give Steve Perry a phone tomorrow and drag him in here if the weather's alright, because it is pretty sheltered. It's just the rain, that's all. And we can try and see if we can get a big bass in here, because they are obviously big bass in here. I've had quite a few doubles from in here, but I don't want to keep this out much longer. But yeah, that's my species target for the night. Great fun it's been. But I'm debating whether to give it a go for a bass, but that's the angler in me. The dogfish are definitely moved in now. I have dropped a big bait down the side, so I'm going to give that about 15-20 minutes, because the rain is not good, and I got you in. I've had to move the car now because the wind has proper swung round. But yeah, it's a dogfish now. Nearly every chuck, the whiting and pouting seem to have gone off, but I think the dogfish are moved in, and they've probably all scattered now. But I'm going to leave that a 15-minute soak now. I'll slowly pack up the mullet rod, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I want to give that a soak to see if I can get a bass for you. But other than that, I'll get back to you. Bringing the Banzai mullet rod in now, just to pack it away and all. I'm not going to believe it in the port. It's a pollock. That's another one off my species list. That's mad, isn't it? I've honestly now, I've only, in the summer I've had them in here, you know, you catch them on feathers, but little small ones. But I've never had one that big before, in here. That's good to see. Another one off the species list. Well, I'm well happy with that. Yeah, especially in here. You know, I've had them little tiny ones before, you know, when I'm fishing for herring and that. But I've never had that one. I'll get this one back, 'cause that's great to see that in here. But yeah, brilliant. Another one off the species list. I've got the big rod out now. I was just bringing this one to start packing up. And yeah, pollock. That's great to see. I'll get him back now, because I want to keep these in here. That's brilliant, that is. Packed away now. I did leave the big bait have a soak when I was packing away for about 15 minutes. But nothing. The big bait I used was one of the whiting, which didn't go back because it was deep hooked. So I just cut the tail off and that and left it soaked down by the side of the pier, but nothing. But yeah, great couple of hours, you know. I've had whiting, porcod, dogfish, pollock. So that's a couple of off my species. Just a couple of hours and really easy fishing, you know. Believe it or not, this is what I've used tonight bait wise. Really cost effective, you know. I've used that much of a mackerel, just one side of it. So I'll chuck that in a minute. And I've used a tiny bit of squid. And the squid is actually what I've caught in the port October time. So I've only paid for a mackerel. So you know, that's brilliant, especially, you know, if you're on a budget fishing. It's so easy, you know. I must have caught about 18 fish by there. Take a couple off the species hunt, which was brilliant. But as you noticed, I think what a lot of people do is, you know, that style of fishing, the rods I was using were light and, you know, not going to break the bank. But then it's enjoyable, and you get a better fight out the fish when you're using light sensitive rods. No good using big beach casters here. Just nice rods. You can see all the bites on the quiver tips. Great for kids, you know, if you want to bring the kids down to a pier here. And if you notice, my baits were thumb size, so you're not using a lot of bait. And I was catching, you know, quite a few dogfish and pouting, so it's great for the kids. But yeah, I'm going to pack up now. I don't know if it'll come up on the camera, but I think I packed up perfectly on time. It's absolutely pouring down now. I got you in the boot and I got the shelter over you. But yeah, I'm glad I had a couple of hours to unwind after work. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and if I don't see you on a beach, I'll see you on the channel.